Hi everybody, and welcome to Raising Vibrations with myself, Simon. Today everyone, I'm bringing through to you my perspective and the video on the up-and-coming Uranus-Pluto square and the final one for that matter. And what I'm going to be basically sharing with you today is some of the insights that I have, some of the information that I feel is really relevant to our collective awakening. I'm going to be sharing with you some of my own personal awakenings that have manifested through this shift that's going to be taking place, and hopefully being able to guide us along the road to the awakening that humanity is experiencing at this point in time. So this seventh and final Uranus-Pluto square is something that I'm really like, in fact, I'm ecstatic about, to be honest. If you've noticed along the road that Raising Vibrations has been on, you'll notice that a lot of the work that I do, a lot of my message, a lot of the things that I'm sharing with you is to be present and hold space for you to recognize what it is that you are, okay? In other words, coming to the realization that humanity, the experience of being on Earth, and so on and so forth, is a very different. The experience of it is very different to the actual reality of what it is that you are. So Raising Vibrations over a period of time has been consistently going through saying, hey, by the way, let's look deeper into our nature. Let's look at life. Let's look at the experiences we're having. Let's observe ourselves. Let's make notes and take like awareness of what is actually unfolding for us right now on Earth, in our lives, and in the universe. Okay, so you'll notice that as this has been unfolding and everything that I've been sharing, I've been progressively also getting closer and closer to a point where a lot of the message that I'm sharing with you right now is becoming empowered. Okay, it's like, let's get on this road, let's start empowering ourselves, let's start making inroads within our journey, and let's start making stuff happen, okay, in the world and in our lives and so on and so forth. And I've reached a point within my own experiences right now and the journey of Raising Vibrations where the frequency that I'm going to be emitting, the essence of what it is that I'm going to be sharing, is going to be stepped up a notch. And I think a lot of you will be very appreciative of the fact that this will be manifesting. I definitely don't think that any of you guys will be seeing this information going, oh, that's new. I don't feel like that's the case. I just feel that now I'm going to be stepping into the space where I'm going to be actually vibrating in a frequency that is going to start to shift paradigms within yourself in a way that allows you to start actually seeing yourself as that. So to remove the cloak and daggers in that sense, I'm going to start sharing with you guys that from now onwards, we are now completely and utterly having the final veil of our awakening present, okay? The seventh Pluto-Uranus square from a galactic perspective, because we're no longer looking at ourselves as just human beings existing here, following our little egos, and so on and so forth. Now, it is now the time to start stepping into the actual essence of what it is that you are, the actual embodiment of what it is that you are. And you are not a little human being that exists on Earth that just needs to do these little small things around, etc. You have come here specifically as a galactic being. You are an energetic being that exists on Mother Earth. And the very essence of what it is that you are is come here to experience your spirituality, to experience the journey on Earth. So this seventh Uranus square, for me personally, has really allowed me to shake off an incredible amount of programming, incredible amounts of conditioning that has completely and utterly allowed me to be justifying the little puny essence of what it is that we have seen ourselves on Earth to be. Okay? In the latest video that I did, I think it was called The Shift in Consciousness, and then there was another one called Inner Security. I've been specifically creating these two videos in preparation for the frequency that raising vibrations is going to start emitting from now onwards. And I've been progressively shifting my own vibration into that space where I'm now going to be teaching about the actual reason as to why raising vibrations exists, as well as what has humanity been experiencing for the last 6,000 years and even back. Okay. And I'm in the process of constructing the video, okay, navigating your way through the Awakening, and that will be like an hour-long conversation about the actual nature of how to move along in this process, how to access the 5D in that sense, how to embody yourself as the 5D. And there will also be an article as well correlating to specific things that are very, very relevant at this stage. But I need to do these paradigm shifts very slowly so that you don't freak out massively. And a lot of this information will already be that you have already experienced this. This is the beauty about this whole energetic shift that we're going to be starting to move into, and actually understanding the nature of reality in itself. Is that as you start to embrace more of your higher dimensional self, you'll notice that time, for instance, starts to dissolve in that way. And you will also start to embody the understanding that all of these experiences that you are experiencing with me right now, and what you do with other sort of videos or what you read, etc., have already been pre-programmed by your higher self. You've already asked for these experiences. What you have now come to do is shift your awareness at a point in time, point in space, that allows you to remember this energetic imprint that has already been programmed by yourself to experience. So what I'm doing is that I'm allowing these to unfold in a natural way and offering these little pockets of information so that the awakening becomes progressive, so that you don't have this. And when I say you, I don't actually mean I'm separate from it, because it's not the case. I'm actually part of this process as well. I'm just sharing with you my own awakening in that sense. So coming back to what I'm specifically speaking about in that sense, about the energetic imprints and awakenings that you are experiencing as you watch this video, as you've watched the other two videos, I've been specifically putting them in a way that allows you to first develop the inner security, the understanding and the realignment of what it is that's needed to embrace the fifth dimension. And as you start to embrace your higher dimensional self, your higher self, okay, which I'll be explaining a bit later. And then at the same time, the next video, the shift in consciousness, realizing that your value systems, your inner alignment to yourself, the total metamorphosis of your inner and outer reality is happening. Okay. And then the final Pluto-Uranus square, because this is huge. This is massive. You know, from the point of view of looking at yourself as a universal being, you're a universal consciousness. You are a citizen of the universe. You're not a citizen of Earth. You're a citizen of the universe. Earth is the playing ground that you've chosen to incarnate through to be able to understand the nature of what this reality is like. There are certain specific sort of universal laws, L-O-R-E, that exist here. You've come here to experience the feminine energy, okay? But what does it mean to understand the feminine energy? The feminine energy is nature. The feminine energy is nurture. The feminine energy is security, protection, and what? It is the birthing. It is the receptiveness. But for every single one of us that exists on Earth right now, for the last 6,000 years, we've experienced what is a chosen choice to separate from the feminine energy. Okay? This separation has created the reality you see around you that is in complete and utter separateness, a separation from it. So what happens is that we, for one, and I'm going to drop little small pockets of thought processes here, demonize the feminine energy. We demonize nature. How many of you are completely and utterly sort of welcoming and receptive of little bugs that are in your house? A spider, for instance. Why do we naturally have this psychological fear of it? The psychology and the nature of your consciousness and our consciousness over a galactic period of time, in other words, over the cycles that we have reincarnated over and over and over with, at this point in time, is a manifestation of the disassociation. So we naturally have created rules and regulations and insights and paradigms about what it is that we are. that are completely and utterly separate from nature. So we go, there's a natural storm that exists. Do we always go, oh, look how beautiful that storm is. Look how amazing nature is reflecting to us the beauty that she is. Look how the feminine energy is just displaying the awe that exists. Look at how she's creating this stuff. Or do we go, oh, blasted storm, I can't believe it's doing this to us. Or this hail, or oh, we've got to run away from the storm. Like, this is a natural process. And the reason why this is the case is because we've been consistently programmed and conditioned to demonize the feminine energy, to separate from her. Nature and ourselves are not one. So what is actually manifesting on Earth right now is that these paradigm shifts that the Uranus-Pluto square is containing within us is the progressive realignment with paradigms that are in line and in touch with the feminine energy. Now, there's a picture on the left-hand side over there that I would like everybody to sort of embrace. The moon, okay, in this particular instance, Cancer, the archetype, right, the nurturing, the home. Where does everybody go after their day of work, as it were? You go home. You go back to the womb. You go to a place of security. What do you do in your home? You nurture yourself. You protect yourself. Where are all the things? Where's your band-aids? Where's your food? Where's your sense of entertainment in that sense? It's all there, nurturing your soul. Where do you meditate? So the moon itself in that picture is such a beautiful explanation of the encompassing return of the inner child back to the tree of life that is existing in the nurturing vibration. We are returning back to the feminine energy. The masculine and feminine energy is needing to be balanced on Earth right now. And what you are experiencing as all these emotional turmoils, as what you're experiencing in your life at this point in time is the Uranus-Pluto square activating all of this conditioning and spiritual disempowerment that tells you that you're not allowed love, because love is the inner child. Okay? The feminine energy. Look at what does a mother do for its kid? When you're embodying the feminine energy completely, you have 3 or 4 kids running around the home. And what does the mother do? She nurtures it. Hey, kids, we're eating at 2 o'clock this afternoon and we're going to make these things over here. Right? Welcome into my home. Receptive energy. Look at the reproduction organ. So the paradigm shifts that everybody's experiencing at this point in time in some way, shape, or form, depending on your level of consciousness, will correlate specifically to the realignment back in to the balance of masculine and feminine energy. There has been a complete and utter progressive alignment with just masculine energy, going expressive outwards, just going in one direction. We have manifested patriarchy. We have manifested the complete hardening of the female in Islamic. The feminine energy has been suppressed, and through that experience, the distortions of our humanity. We've lost contact with the natural cycles. We have all these timepieces on us. Oh, I've got to be there, got to be there, got to be there. Try this on for size. The moment that you access the 5th dimension, the moment that you access your higher self, the moment that you start living in the embodiment of emotional oneness, which is what I'll talk about later in some other videos, you realize that the concept of time dissolves, and the absence of time allows for the vastness, picture in the background, of what it is that you are. That picture is the child, is us returning back to the mother. We as children of Earth, we as children of the mother feminine energy, we are living on her back. Treat her with respect. The way that you treat her with respect is by realizing that you are connected to her and she's birthed this beautiful incarnation for you to exist yourself in. And it's not about bowing down or worship. It's just about saying, hey, thank you so much for giving me this awesomeness. Thank you so much for giving me this air that I breathe. Thank you very much for giving me everything that it is that is manifested here on Earth in this way. Screen went out black there. The paradigm shift, Pluto-Uranus, in some way, shape, or form, whatever it is in your chart, whatever it is in your life, is asking you to realign yourself back with the connection that it is that you are, so that you are balancing the receptive energy of just being in a state of complete and utter openness, 5th dimension, allowing the plan to unfold as it is for you, and to separate yourself from the third D, which is, when I say separate, I do not mean disconnect and say completely and utterly live in fairyland. No, I mean the realization that as soon as you start to be in the fifth dimension, as soon as you start to access the Neptune and Pisces, and you start following your hearts and you start following your dreams, you realize that you're in complete oneness with everything. This is my spiritual journey. This is what I came to Earth to do. This is a progressive thing that everybody will start to experience at this point in time. This is something that I really highly encourage everybody to understand about what is actually manifesting on Earth right now and these planetary alignments. I have got the chart up, which I will be showing everybody, okay, to kind of show you the astrology, because the planetary alignments themselves, think about it this way. When you incarnate as a galactic consciousness onto Earth, you transfer through the sun, which is why the sun signs the most awareness of yourself. You go through the sun and you incarnate as the living embodiment of the solar system. So all the 12 planets themselves are 12 strands of DNA, the archetypes. They all manifest within yourself. You are the galactic consciousness that it is. The solar system starts here and it revolves within yourself. That is why you are connected to it. That's why they experience it. The experience outside is a reflection of what's within. So the reason as why you get affected by it in that sense is because it is you affecting it. It is showing you your karmic mission. The configuration is showing you your karmic mission by them. They symbolize architecture in your existence. So when these planetary alignments are making things, what is actually being shown to you is yourself showing this is the shift that's going on within me. As I experience the totality of the feminine energy as a galactic being. You see the vastness of what it is that you are versus the, I'm going to get a job, I'm going to go do this, that is what I'm going to be. Why put a limit on yourself? Why put a shelf on top of you like this and go, I'm going to stand here and go, I'm not going to recognize what it is that I am. Instead, I'm going to follow the rules and regulations about what it is that I've been programmed to do, etc., and just be that. No, no, absolutely not. You are that picture in the background. And when you understand that and you connect it to the child returning back to the same nurturing space of the beauty and the harmonic flow, that's when you access what it is that you are seeking. That's when you access what it is that you are seeking. And this Pluto-Uranus final square that's manifesting right now has got all the information ready for you to download when you start opening up your consciousness to the level that it is that you are truly versus what has been programmed for you to believe. So what I'm going to do right now, everybody, is I'm going to go over to the charts and I'm going to highlight to you these archetypes that I've been talking about in this little description over here, okay? And something special as well. I've just reintegrated it into the whole astrology thing. So bear with me for a second while I get that up for you, okay? We're on 16th of March, 2015, the final Pluto-Uranus square is going to be manifesting. And I've specifically called it Awaken Humanity because my own awakening has come to the realization that this is what my mission is. From now onwards, I'm going to embody and I'm going to be a living representation of accessing the dimensions of yourself in a way that goes beyond what you have thought yourself to be. This picture illustrates so beautifully the very thing that I'm talking about. That cosmos over there is what it is that you are. That cosmos over there is your consciousness and your galactic spiritual self. And you have come on Earth, okay, to incarnate onto this beautiful place of awesomeness and amazement and the nature that is the divine feminine. She is the awesomeness that it is that you are experiencing on Earth. She's given herself to you to understand what it means to be receptive, what it means to come here and incarnate into Earth and to experience the totality of what it is that you are. And she even shows you this. Look at the rivers that are flowing there, okay? Can you see where my red marker is? That is your veins. When you're eating food that is in alignment with understanding the nature of what it is that you are, that is organic, that is true to yourself, that is clean, that is of light energy, not dense vibration like meat, then what happens is that you are allowing your cleansing of your veins and your blood to flow on a high vibrational state. That is what it is. The rivers and everything reflect back to you within yourself, the veins, the construction of how everything works. The water is the emotional body. So when we pollute our earth, we pollute ourselves. It's done with that. We are done with that. And every single one of you right now that is listening to this video, I'm trying to encourage you to realize what it is that you are. And I'm trying to encourage you in every single moment of your existence in some way, shape, or form to realign yourself with treating Mother Earth and yourself as the oneness. And that every single choice that you make is in a harmony with the feminine energy and the goddess energy, so that you can realize that she is an unconditional love incarnated for you to experience unconditional love in that sense as well, i.e. to treat yourself with amazement, to treat yourself with love in every single expression. Done are the days of separating ourselves where we need to experience this like, oh, I deserve pain nonsense. Rubbish. Get rid of it. And we step into that space, and then at the same time, whatever it is that you want to do with your life, whether it be, whatever it is that you want to do with your life, integrate the realignment of the feminine energy within yourself and in everything else. Nurture and care and protect yourself and protect others. Be the light that is this earth that needs at this point in time. Just be it. There's no need to follow any specific things. So whatever you do, create your organic connection and be of service to humanity in some way. We need you. This final Uranus-Pluto square is asking for that alignment to take place. This is the chart, by the way, for that moment. And I want to show you, everybody, look at this. The first thing, Pluto. That's in Capricorn over there, okay? It's squaring the nodal axis, so instantaneously the Pluto will be naturally dissolving all the barriers and definitions and identities about what we have been conditioned to believe and perceptions and so on and so forth, destroying it. And so you'll consistently be challenged with all of the distortions that exist in you. Everything that has conditioned you to believe that you do not allow love into your life, or the acceptance of whatever it is that you are, and the receptivity of yourself, and the openness, then you will be consistently experiencing that karma, that separateness. So the square to Uranus at this point in time is breaking that and creating new paradigms that are completely embodying the Neptune and Pisces story, which is to say the return back to the separateness, to the oneness. You are the universe experiencing itself on Earth. But when I say the universe in itself, I do not mean like, we're all one, so therefore it's the same thing. None of that nonsense. I'm talking about understanding the galactic essence of what it is that you are a being of this universe. You've come here to experience your karma on Earth, to clean it out, to let it go, to fix it, whatever it is that you do, and then at the same time to be a part of the global awakening that is realigning Mother Earth back to the space that it is, that is her, what she came here to do. We chose to disempower ourselves. We chose to separate ourselves from her. We chose to experience that disempowerment. Now it's time to start smashing the paradigms that have kept us in this space and to realign ourselves back with our actual essence of what it is that we are. We're huge. We're awesome. Everything in the outer reality disempowers that. So any lid that you had on yourself that stops you from realizing the kick-assness that you are needs to go. And that is the message here. Now, in terms of the outer planets and the shifting of the DNA, okay, these archetypes are manifesting that. But I want to draw your attention quickly to the Mars and Venus relationship. Look at this collection of Aries stuff here. Jeez. Talk about a new direction. Anybody that knows and follows the work that I do, they'll know that Aries as an archetype correlates to a new beginning, a new direction, a shift in perspective. And Aries, because it is so new, requires discovery, self-discovery. So as you can see here, Mars and Venus is like pushing us. It's like, come on, guys, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's move in this direction. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. No time to stand around and think about stuff. Just follow your impulses, follow your instinctual behavior. Go. Do it. Okay? And it's obviously touching that Pluto. So naturally, you're going to feel the shift away from the old and into the new. It's like, look how the universe is completely in utter beautiful symphony and synchronicity. How it's giving this, urging this Uranus in Aries, and then it's giving the planets, the Mars and Venus, the personal planets, to say, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this, move. Now, many of you guys know, or if you know evolutionary astrology really, really well, you'll notice that whenever a planet is retrograde, i.e. that sign over there, what it actually symbolizes is a gateway. It's a portal. And when it's retrograde, the portal opens and it points to the planet that is after that sign. So in this particular instance, the planet that comes after Saturn is Uranus. Don't you think it's kind of convenient, interesting, synchronized, beautiful plan unfolding that Saturn would go retrograde 4 to 5 days before the final Pluto-Uranus square, creating that open portal? So all of a sudden, Saturn's going retrograde. Okay, guys, I'm on chill now. Uranus is taking over. What do you think is happening here? Huge paradigm shift in belief structure. Sagittarius, our personal truth, shifting, dissolving. So every single one of you guys, go back to that shift video and notice that whenever we experience a shift, a paradigm change, what are we experiencing? We're letting go of something that it is that we've held on to, that we've identified with, and we're moving into something that is completely of just pure essence. So many of you will feel at this point in time like, oh my God, everything's changing, everything's shifting, I don't know what's going on, but I just need to ride this wave. Because you're trying to adapt to something, you're holding on to an identity structure that is being dissolved literally in front of you. So go with the flow. Allow the receptivity of what comes to you and let the universe speak to you by your intuition. And then the most beautiful thing that manifests itself over here. Okay, not only is these beautiful trines, look at that trine, 3 of them trining Jupiter. Jupiter and Sagittarius are the same archetype. Look what's retrograde. Jupiter. So if Jupiter's retrograde, then it must point to Saturn. Saturn's retrograde, so that must point to Uranus. Uh-oh. Look at this. Again, okay? Jupiter and Sag are the same archetype. Retrograde and retrograde is pointing to Uranus. And we know that Jupiter has been moving, is the archetype of our belief structure. And Jupiter's been moving through the constellation Leo, which is what? Our destiny. Leo correlates to the destiny, the following of our dreams. Okay? So our belief structure has been redefined in a way that is allowing us to accept the new paradigms, all of this stuff here, relative to the dissolving of those paradigms, i.e. the deconstruction of them. And our belief structure, the way that we perceive ourselves, the way that we understand our cosmology is being expanded and explored beyond anything, which is why the message is coming through to you in this way. Open up your perspective. Allow you to see the multidimensional self that you are. Pardon me. The archetype of Capricorn and Pisces actually makes what is considered to be a 150-degree angle. Okay? There's a natural yard in the zodiac. Pisces is the totality of your spiritual awareness. Connected to the inner child, 5th house, is the connection of meditation of your inner child. When you're in your inner child and you're following your special destiny, there is no resistance because you're following your spiritual path. Pisces connection to Leo. We don't see that because of the inconjunct, but that's what it does. And then Leo makes the connection to Capricorn, and Capricorn is how we define ourselves, how we present ourselves in the world. So the natural connection to our spirituality, to our inner child, is how we define ourselves. That's what the yod is. Look what's happening. 15 degrees, 13 degrees, Neptune, 7. There's a natural yod that's actually happening over here. So I want to show you guys something. So this is the 2D perspective. Sweet. That's the 3D perspective. Now just replace the sun, because ultimately at the end of the day, you are the center of the solar. You incarnate into that. This is your body. That's why all these archetypes are manifesting in you. That's why they affect you the way that they do. This is the evolution progression. Can you see how If Pluto and Uranus conjuncted each other in 1965 to 1967, they would have been there. Uranus has moved all this way, so the evolutionary intention of those two symbols would have manifested this self. There's the first quarter square. Okay, the awareness of those two symbols and what manifested in 1962 are now coming into culmination, which is why many people that were born during that period of time will feel that they are now coming into their spirituality and they're breaking free, all their limitations are gone, their freedom is there, lives are changing. That's how the planetary archetypes look. That 2D picture, this is what the 3D picture looks like. There's the square there, there's the alignment there. Pretty neat, isn't it? Let's look at what the square looks like from this perspective. Whoa. Uranus, look what it's doing to Pluto. Can you see that square? Pretty neat, isn't it? Check this out. This is the trine. This is the trine. Look there, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, all trine it. This is what is happening. This is what this inner and outer relationship's manifesting at this point in time. Our belief structure is changing, it's shifting. We're alternating our states and we're realigning with a new value system that is encompassing this totality of the truth. Look how beautiful synchronized that is. Pretty neat, isn't it? This is from Jupiter's perspective. Look where it's inconjuncting it. Inconjuncting Pluto. Inconjuncting Neptune. 150-degree aspect. It looks like the yard. Pretty sweet, isn't it? So, as I sit here right now in front of you, and I share with you the paradigm shift that is manifesting on Earth right now, I think the message is pretty clear. I really feel that I've tried in some way, shape, or form to capture your imagination and the excitement and the thrill of realizing your multidimensional self, realizing the essence of what it is that you are, realizing that when you are encompassing this, you are then taking full, control of this Pluto-Uranus square that's manifesting, that is shaping us, that is breaking the paradigms, that's giving us the new direction. Because the tapestry of consciousness and how it's evolving at this point in time needs this vibration to manifest first, because every single little child that's been born between after this, let's say for instance from the year 2000 onwards, naturally carries the vibration that is needed for this awakening to happen. So whenever you're growing up in your life, your vibrational pattern is already at a specific place. The energy that is manifesting there needs to be evolved, which is why when you grow up, okay, you naturally have the consciousness evolve to the point where it matches your frequency. And that's when you start to see yourself as oh, okay, this is I'm an adult. This makes sense. Everybody thinks the same way as I do. Whereas when you're growing up, you're naturally finding your way, but the consciousness hasn't evolved to the point yet where your frequency matches. This is why many of you guys that are born between 1987 and 1995 will be like, oh my gosh, the world is crazy, it's mad. It's because your frequency is of a higher vibration, and it is our turn, in other words, the people that are vibrating right now that are saying, hey, finally I feel okay, to collectively evolve the race to the point where it gets to your frequency. And then your job is to do that for the kids afterwards and so on and so forth. And the way that you do that is by understanding that picture completely. The return back to the reception of nurturing, protecting, and care. Seeing Mother Earth, you're living on her back. You're an organism connected with nature, intertwined. Anything that disconnects you from that is not what you need to be encouraging. We're progressively becoming realigned. So every idea that you have, every project you have, everything that you want to do, realize the organic connection, because the moment that you do that, you will see the abundance of creation open up for you, because there'll be like-minded people saying, hey, we need that. The shift is on its way. It's already happened. We're just now going to start matching that frequency. Cool. I hope I have managed to get everybody on board with this program. There's an article that has been written with Wake Up World. Check it out in the description below, everyone. I highly encourage everybody to follow the new moon and full moon reports on the articles. It's on my website, Raising Vibrations. I also do full moon and new moon reports, webinars. In the sense, there's a subscription to that. It's about $8. And what happens is that you basically have access to the full moon and new moon webinars every single time they come out, which is twice a month, and so on and so forth, and those teachings and such. If you guys are interested in that, I have that available to you in that sense. All the information, all the money that I have, that I gain from all the work that I do, goes straight into the production of raising vibrations, by the way, because that's what I do. This is my job. This is my life. I'm here to be of service to you. And my job is completely and utterly dedicated in that experience. Okay? What else is there? Some highlights. There is, check out the webinars that I do on raising vibrations. There's the questions and answers, everyone, every single Wednesday or Thursday. I highly encourage everybody to come to the website, check the link out. It's always available there. You just click on it, you join it, and you can speak to me as in a webinar format, ask me any questions you want to do, and I'll be able to best answer it for you in that sense, okay? Personal guided sessions I do have on the astrology as well. Be sure to watch the YouTube channel because there is some cool stuff that's coming out at this point in time. Great, guys. I really hope that this was good for you. Please like, share, and spread this video out as far as you can. Share the love. This is for you, this is for us, and this is for the universe, and so on and so forth. It's time to reclaim our sovereignty. It's time to re-empower ourselves again in this sense. Awesome. Have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching this video. Take care. Bye-bye.